All right, guys, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. For today's Monday Mindset video, we're going to be going into this like folk story or story called the Chinese bamboo tree. And it's true in real life. It's popular from this speaker called Les Brown. And so basically the bamboo tree in, somewhere far out east in the world, there's this tree called the Chinese bamboo tree. So the Chinese bamboo tree, what's special about it is it takes 5 years to grow. And when it's going through the process of growing, it needs to be fertilized, nurtured, and watered every single day. But the interesting thing about the Chinese bamboo tree is it takes 5 years for it to even break the soil. But when it finally does in the fifth year break the ground, it grows over 90 feet in just 5 weeks. So think about that. It takes 5 years to grow. Every single day needs to be watered, fertilized, and nurtured. But then once it hits 5 years with no site that is actually there or going to grow, it grows within 90 feet in just 5 weeks. So that leads into the question of the story is, does the tree grow 90 feet tall in 5 years or 5 weeks? And it's a weird concept to think about, but the obvious answer is that it's going to grow 90 feet in 5 years. Because at any time the person who is growing that tree and who is watering it, fertilizing it, nurturing that dream, they could have stopped. And that bamboo and that dream would have just died in the ground. But what gets kind of cool about it and what's nuts is you think about it from afar. If you're watching somebody else who's planting this bamboo tree and every single day they're going up to that spot where the tree is planted and they're watering it, they're adding fertilizer, they're nurturing the soil, and they're waiting for it to grow. You first you see it like, all right, cool, yeah, they're growing a tree. And then it starts becoming, look at that crazy person. They're there. This is year 3 now. This is year 4. This is maybe the 5th year. And there's still nothing to be shown, but this person is still going out there every single day. They're watering the tree. They're fertilizing the ground around it. They're mixing up the soil, doing whatever it might be to nurture this tree for it to eventually grow into a Chinese bamboo tree. Um, and it's hard because this is a lot of people and a lot of us maybe in our day-to-day life with our goals, with our job. It's, every day we're coming in, we're doing this consistent work. Maybe we're not seeing the results we want to see. And it's cool to flip back now to the story of the Chinese bamboo tree because, in this time period, people are going to start questioning you. They're going to see you going in and doing stuff every single day with no results. There's nothing to show for what you're doing. People are going to start looking at you as you're growing and fertilizing your tree, which is your dream, and be like, how long have you been working on this? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? You've been at this for 4 or 5 years and you have nothing to show, and you're doing all this stuff every single day with no questions. And the moral of the story is people will stop because they don't see instant results. People want that instant gratification. But the real lesson in it is if you keep on watering and fertilizing your dream, um, it's going to create something magical. And when it does start to show, people around you are going to start asking, how'd you do it? Why did you do it? What are the steps to get there? They're going to ask you for help now. But before, they're the same people who are questioning you and wondering, what are you doing? Why you're crazy every single day you're doing this if you're not receiving any results. It takes 5 years. Um, and it brings me to this like the moral or story is the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Think about how good that must feel that after 5 years of doing this consistent thing every single day, now you have this 90-foot monstrous bamboo tree to show for it. Take that into our day-to-day life with our goal, our job, whatever it might be. Every day it might be putting in this effort, not seeing the result. Maybe it just hasn't caught up in time, kind of like we talked about the law of compensation here. The law says it's going to happen, not when it's going to happen. So you never know if it's going to take a day, a week, a month, a year, or maybe in a crazy case, 10 years. But just know that every single day, if you do the consistent effort of watering, fertilizing, and nurturing your ground where your seed is planted, that eventually this tree is going to grow and become the 90-foot bamboo tree. So it's a cool thing to take into our day to day, our life, our goals, and whatnot. Um, yeah, Chinese bamboo tree. I recommend looking more into Les Brown, listening to some of his stuff. It's absolutely amazing, and just keep that picture in your mind of that bamboo tree. And every time we make a call or we do something that's leading us towards our goal, think about the ground with that seed under it that has that bamboo tree that we're just watering and we're fertilizing and nurturing, even if it's not going the way we want it to go. Let's have a great week and see you next week.